Shalom, 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 Yasha. This your boy, Brother Shamwa, back at you with another quick edifying video. Today's lesson is going to be called, After the Joy of This World, Then What? First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say, Call Halal Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. That's all praises to the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahawah, and his only begotten Son's name, who you ignorantly call Jesus, whose name is Yahawashi, right? And the Holy Spirit, which is the Rawchaa Qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, who have ruled well to the Spirit and have fed and edified the sheep in these last days, and has pushed this gospel and this truth to the four corners of the earth in these last days. A mighty shalom. Another mighty shalom to all you Akim out there laboring on the highways and on the hedges and on the unicorn, which is this internet, pushing this 100% doctrine, this 100% truth to the four corners of the earth in these last days. A mighty shalom to you all as well, right? Like I said, today's lesson is going to be called After the Joy of This World, Salaki, Then What? Meaning, a lot, our people are caught up, in the things of this world, and, afterwards, what is it, right? And I know, brothers, can attest, it's like you do things in this world, and then like once it's over, it's like, okay, then what? You know what I mean? And you start to, realize that a lot of this stuff, like Solomon, is vanity and vexation of the spirit, And I was listening to one of my brother, Asher, his video that he had just posted or whatever, just talking about that this place is polluted with a sore destruction, and a lot of times you look at this place and you're just like, the joys that were set even before when you were, in the world, it was like they don't bring you joy anymore, right? And then it's just to the point where now, the only thing that brings us joy is doing this ministry, right? Being amongst the brethren, all right? Right, those are the things that really bring me joy at the end of the day. A lot of this other stuff is pointless and meaningless. All right. I want to read, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 1, start at verse number 13, right? And this is, Solomon, right, who we know is Yahawashi, all right? So it says, Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse number 13, and it says, "And I gave my heart to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all things that are done under heaven. This sore travail hath the Most High given to the sons of men to be exercised therewith." All right. It says in the NOT, "I devoted myself to search for understanding and to explore by wisdom everything being done under heaven. I soon discovered that the Most High has dealt a tragic existence to the human race." It says in the back of the KJV, right, it says, "I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of spirit." Okay. The NLT says, "I observed everything going on under the sun, and really it is all meaningless, like chasing the wind." All right. And that's what matter of fact, let's go down. Verse number 18, it says, "For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow." Right? It says the NLT, "The greater my wisdom, the greater my grief. To increase knowledge only increases sorrow." Right? Because the more you find out, the more you understand, you're in captivity. And all this stuff is just set up to keep you busy, occupied, and to keep your mind off of you being in captivity. About everything is set up to keep you from not knowing who you are, right? Not knowing that you are supposed to be, kings and priests of the earth, right? These things are all trying to be, they're all hidden from you, and they give you all these little, what do you call it, the bread and circus type stuff, all right, to keep you occupied, right? And once you realize that, through that wisdom, you it just it vexes you, right? That's why it says Ecclesiastes 7:7, it says, surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart, right? And I just wonder, just even growing up, I just wake up some days just angry, didn't even know why. You know what I mean? Until you finally realize, the state that we are in, and understanding that all the stuff and the things that are set up, that were set up here to bring you joy in this world is all vanity and vexation of spirit at the end of the day. It's all pointless, right? After all the joys of this world, then what? Then what is there? When you think about it, at the end of the day, like all the stuff that you do, all right, you go out, you party, right? You go home, then what? Right? You go, right? You mess with a chick, right? Then what? After that's done, well, then what? Right? A lot of this stuff is pointless, right? You get all the money, right? You do all that, then what? Right? Because you see the people who they get all this money and they're truly unhappy. You can sit here and watch it, right? Or you watch their fall, right? Because Esau set them up, gave them the money, right? And then when it was time, took it all back from them, right? So when you think about like just all the things that are going on in this world, and it's like and people having joy, it's like, but then what? What's after that? What is that? Slovakia. You think about just the different things, and I'm just going through and just pointed out, like the brother said, we had to really get our mindset and all this stuff out of this place, man, because this place is polluted, man. This place is truly polluted, in any and everything that it does. I know we was talking about it. I don't even know if it was at camp yesterday about the water, and being in plastic. I think we did, right? And then I seen a news clipping talking about, the dangers of drinking bottled water. You know what I mean? Like, it's ongoing, right? With much wisdom, much grief and sorrow. All right. It says, 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 12, it says, all things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. Right? It says, all things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any. All right. In the NLT, it says, you say I am allowed to do anything, but not everything is good. Not everything is good for you. It says, and even though I am allowed to do anything, I must not become a slave to anything. Right. And that's what ultimately you see people caught up, and you see people in the world. What are they caught up? They're caught up with these snares and these, with drugs, with alcohol, with even with women, right? Whatever it may be, right? They're caught up in these things, and then, right, you ultimately become a slave of it, right? And they'll say, well, if I want to stop, I can stop, and if you want, that's the mentality, right? But then they're caught up in that snare. They don't understand, that Esau has set this place up as, and uses his sorcery and different things to have people addicted to the cares and things of this life. And he tries to force you to try to, to stay more in this world, in the world's, in the cares of this world, right? Than to focus on, think about it, like your job, when the C-19 happened there and most people had to sit down, right? I know a lot of people had that epiphany, like, damn, your job that they tells you, oh, you got to be here at such and such time, and you got to be here at work, and you got to do that. And then all of a sudden, when the C thing happened, guess what? Everybody stay home. You do all that, and then you realize, damn, what you was doing was not important. You was just doing busy work at the end of the day, you know? And you understand that all this stuff is just set up to just try to preoccupy you, right? And the things that they have, it just puts you in a comfort zone, and then you don't want to get out of it, right? Then you ultimately become a slave to the things, oh, well, I'm just gonna go to the bar, on this day. You got people, hey, I'm only gonna drink on my days off, right? Then those days off become, I'm only gonna drink on when I, get off early. Okay, well, I'm only gonna drink, I can drink, before I gotta go to work. And then all of a sudden you become, a slave to those things. All right. And then you realize at the end of the day, it was all meaningless. Okay. It was all meaningless. Even though the things are lawful, they set these things up for you. Right. But it's not expedient for you. Right. It's not good for you. Right. And you start to realize, and the more that you get into this walk, you just realize that, man, a lot of this stuff is just pointless and meaningless. What is that? 2 Peter, right? 3:11, right? Start at verse 10, right? It says, but the day of Yahawashi will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with a fervent heat. It says, with the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, right? Knowing that all this stuff is going to be, why, people caught up in trying to live the joys of this world, right? For what? Because after that, then what? And knowing that all this stuff is going to get burned, you got people, you buy a car, and then, oh man, I gotta wash my car. I gotta do this. You get mad when somebody touch your car, scratch your car, do all that stuff. Hey, this shit is all going to get burnt up at the end of the day. Oh man, I gotta have the newest, latest, Jordans or whatever. Yeah, I gotta do all this. Hey, all that shit is gonna get burnt up at the end of the day. It's all meaningless. Think about it, right? You move forward a few years, 20 years, whatever. Jordan's turning yellow. Dirty, scrubbed out. But all that time, you was ready to fight a nigga for stepping on your shoes, right? But this is the mentality of people. All right. But it's like, after that, then what, right? People running around chasing money, killing each other, for this money. And it's about to go digital, right? So you did all that. Then what? You got all that money, right? You put it under your bed, right? You stack, you got stacks of money under your bed. You're holding it, right? And then guess what? They go to digital. So then what? Right? It was all meaningless at the end of the day. Right? And this is what, people don't understand, man. After the joys of this world, then what? We shouldn't be focusing on that. The scriptures tell you, let's get it, Salakia. Let's go to Matthew, right? Matthew 6. And let's go to, matter of fact, real quick, let's go to Job, right? Because a lot of people they get caught up in the joy, right? This place, all this stuff is for a moment, Matter of fact, what's that? Luke, right? People don't understand the times that we're living in, and they still want to kind of enjoy, right? And Yahawashi said, as in the days of Noah, so shall it be, during the coming of the Son of Man be, Let's see, Salakia. Luke chapter 12, verse 56, it says, "Ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it that ye do not discern this time?" Right? How can you not see this time that we're living in, right? Where people want to, have just, be sitting here and trying to enjoy, while everything is crumbling around them. Well, hey, I still got to keep Christmas. I still got to, keep all these different, and you see all hell breaking loose, right? You don't even know where you're, if you have money for rent, money for food, right? But people are sitting here still trying to indulge in these different things. I still got to go on vacation, and we're going to plan a vacation trip, and we're going to do this and do that. You see everything is closing around you, right? Like a hypocrite. All right. What is that? Job. Job Salakia 20. And let's go to verse number verse number 5. It says that the triumphing of the wicked is short. It says, "And the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment." Right? And that's we're living in the time where the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, right? And their joy is you look around, man. I know I be driving around, I be looking, and it's like, man, like this is y'all heaven right here. This is y'all's joy. And this, like, you think about this wicked society, you got people, man, right? They're happy to have their little, house with their picket fence, their dog and their 1.5 children, and they're just happy go lucky in this evil wicked world, man. It says the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. All right. You have fun and all these things, right? For a moment, a brief moment, and then what? Then you're back to reality. Hey, yeah, we going, sipping, we get all this, right? You feel a little buzz, and then guess what? Then you back to reality, right? You wake up the next day, I gotta go to the plantation. I gotta do this, I gotta do that, right? The NLT says the triumph of the wicked has been short-lived, and the joy of the godless has been only temporary. That's what's going on. All right, that's what's going on, right? And this is why we have to look past all this. All right. Book of Colossians 3 and verse number 2, it says, "Set your affection on things above and not on the things on the earth." All right. It says in the NLT, "Think about the things of heaven, not the things of earth." Right. That's what we should be focusing on. Those are the things that give us joy. Right. This other stuff is temporal, right? It's temporary joy at the end of the moment, at the end of the day, right? What's that, Salakia? 2 Corinthians 4 and verse number 18. It says, "While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen." It says, "For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal." All right. That's what we should be focusing on. Those things that are not seen, because those are the things that are eternal, right? You got people want to, I got one life, man. I got to just go all out. I want to be a baller, man. Listen, I'm about to just, and they go out there trying to chase these temporal things, you chased it all this time. You got the bag. You got you a car. It's fancy. Blah 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 blah. As soon as you pull out the lot, guess what? The whole its value has depleted, right? Then guess what? It starts to rust, right? It looks old, right? Something else comes out, right? And now the stuff that you have is old now, and you did all that to chase that. Now you got to keep chasing. Right? You keep chasing these temporal things, right? It says, let's see, the KJV again, it says, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. All right. The NLT says, so we don't look at the troubles we can see now. Rather, we fix our gazes on things that cannot be seen. For the things we see now will soon be gone, but the things we cannot see will last forever. All right. And that's in Salaki. We go back to Matthew 6, right? I'm about to land my plane real quick. Matthew chapter 6 and Salakia. Verse number 19, right? It says, lay not up yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal, right? You do all that, you chase all this stuff. Think about that, right? All that, like I say, the things of this world, the joys of this world, they're temporal, right? You go, you work hard, man, I got me a new car and this, that, and the other, right? You pull it into your drive, and then you wake up next morning and your shit is gone because somebody else took it, right? These are the things that happen in this world, man, right? So it's like after the joys of this world, then what, right? This is why we should be focusing on the things that are not seen. We should be focusing on the kingdom of heaven, all right? So it says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also, right? Your heart meaning your mind, right? That's where you're going to be focused on, and once you start focusing on the kingdom of heaven, all this stuff is meaningless, man. All this stuff is going to be dissolved by fire, right? And by Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, and the chariots, right? Here in Babylon, right? In this captivity, you're chasing all this stuff, right? You're literally chasing stuff, in your prison, right? You're trying to collect all these goods in your prison, right? And you're not going to take none of this with you, man. Who wants to take shit out of prison and go somewhere and go to a kingdom, right? It makes no sense. That's why all this stuff is going to be left behind, man. Right? And you got people who want to hold on to all this stuff. That's why 2/3 of our people, they want to hold on to the shit here, and they're going to be left behind. They're going to be caught with that thermonuclear fire left right here behind, because they want to chase the things of this world. Right? They want to have the joys, the momentary joys of the things of this world. All right. Salakia for the red. Let's go to let's go to my last one, Salakia. Let's go to 1 John 2 and verse number 15. Right? You see the title, it says, do not love the world. All right. Verse 15, it says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. And Paul said, I believe it's Paul, said, use the world, don't abuse it. Of course, there's things that we got to do in this world, but once you start to gain more wisdom, you just see all this stuff is vanity and vexation of spirit. It's meaningless, and you don't want to do it, those same things that you, oh man, I can't wait to, and then guess what? Then you get it, you're like, damn, now what? And that was not satisfying at all, right? What's satisfying is this word, man, right? It's preaching this gospel, right? Is striving for the truth, man, pushing this ministry. Okay. So it says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, right? And the pride of life. Yeah, I got this, I got that, I'm about to get this, all that shit, man, right? It says, but is of the world, right? It says, is not of the Father, but is of the world. All right. So it says, For the world, Salakia, in the NLT, verse 16, it says, for the world offers only a craving for physical pleasure, a craving for seeing, for everything we see, and pride in our achievements and possessions. These are not from the Father, but are from this world, right? And that a lot of people have that mindset of this world, right? Especially our people, man. Jake, they gotta have the fancy things of this place, man, which is filthy and abominable in this place. All right. Back to the KJV, verse number 17. It says, and the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever. All right. In the NLT, it says, and this world is fading away along with everything that people crave. But anyone who does what pleases the Most High will live forever. Right. And the things that you have set up, right, are going to last forever and ever and ever. All right. That's what you should be looking for. OK, so I just want to do this quick lesson, kind of came to me, watching the brother's video that he posted, so it's almost like a Lammy, but, hey, you understand, man. And, you see just a lot of times, man, just the separation, from the things of this world. Right. And you see it, man. You see, as you continue to grow, the more you grow in this world, the more you ache and you yearn, right? What is that? He had brought out Ezekiel 9:4. Those who cry, for the abominations, that are set, the atrocities that you see. That's what happens, right? A lot of stuff you look, you just like, man, that shit it's just crazy, man. This crazy ass world, man, and the crazy ass people that's in it, right? And you just, you start to become, like Elder Apostle Gabar said, a misanthrope, where you just don't even want to deal with people, man, because you just see that it's just all just bull crap at the end of the day. All right. So like I said, I just wanted to do this quick lesson. Lord's will, this was edifying. Right. With that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say, Halal, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. Peace and blessings to the elect of the 12 tribes scattered abroad, and mighty shalom to the 144,000 men, and to the rest of the elect. Stay diligent, stay focused, keep praying for one another, right? And focus on the things, to come, the things which are not seen, as opposed to the things that are seen, because those are only temporal. All right, and with that, I'll say shalom.